What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm doing a rather sad video as I am going to be advocating against the purchase of the Skyteam Bluroc Heritage DAX, which is the one you're currently seeing on screen. Now the reason for this is that recently some things have occurred that have led me to believe these things are insanely unsafe. Now, before we can get into that, I must discuss the two types of engines that you are able to get on a DAX these days. The first is a carburetor, 2-stroke or 4-stroke, but mostly 4-stroke. And the second one is a electronic fuel injection system, which is the one that I had. Now, the problem with an electronic injection system is that, well, it's in the name, it's electronically controlled. Now, this would be positive because you don't have to control the choke on your carburetor and you don't need to fiddle with it and the fuel mixture and whatnot. But there comes another problem in that you're not actually in control of the vehicle. The gas isn't directly connected to your air intake, but it's connected to the ECU. Everything leads back to the ECU in some way, which, as we will discuss in a minute, can become quite unsafe. Now, a carburetor, as you all know, is mechanically controlled. There's no electronics on board, and everything is solely mechanically adjustable. Now, the issue with the injection system for me was that it started auto accelerating. Therefore, I wasn't in control anymore. So I couldn't slow down unless I would, hold the clutch. Now, when I went to get this fixed at the mechanic, it came back with the same issue with a bunch of parts replaced, which has now led me to trade this bike in for another one. I just quickly wanted to get this out there. If you own one of these or plan to own one of these, I would hold back on it for at least 6 months until the manufacturer figures out what causes the issue. From what I've heard, it's the ECU being adjusted for Euro 5 that's doing this, and they can't just shove the old one back on because the cable tree or whatever on the bike is different. So yeah, if you own one of these, get it checked out, and if you do ever have problems with auto acceleration, don't hesitate to trade it in because it's really unsafe. Now, furthermore, the mechanic has told me that you can actually convert this bike from electronic injection to carburetor. I don't know what implications this has on its performance. The frame should support it, but the frame was always made with the assumption you would use it as a injection system. So it has pre-drilled holes, it has a bunch of, gaps and then hooks just specifically made for the cables. So I don't know if switching this to a carbureted engine is the best move. For me, I can't idle this bike now anymore. It just automatically goes up to max RPM. The ECUs should limit it at around 11,000, but it doesn't seem to do that. It goes up to what sounds to be 13 or higher. So if you ever, have this problem, just don't, I don't know if the engine, the cylinder and the engine block are still safe to use because, the wear and tear on the parts would be insane if it RPMs or it idles higher than it's supposed to. Yes, it does actually just go up to max RPM when you turn it on. It used to do it when driving. Now I can't idle it. The bike I have swapped it for is a Skyteam Gulf Special Edition, and it's a carbureted engine. Now, I don't know how the performance of this will be. I'll definitely see videos. I'm assuming it's a whole lot better than the injection. It'll go faster as well because it's not electronically restricted, but it is mechanically restricted by the amount of fuel that can flow in. So I'll keep you up to date on that too. But yeah, again, if you own one of these or plan to own, just don't do it or get it checked out. They're really unsafe. My friend who was riding with me had the exact same problem on his bike, and he's going to convert it into a carburetor. The mechanics are getting in contact with the manufacturer to see if it's possible at all, if the frame can take it, and if it's even mechanically possible to shove everything that's electronic off and just turn it into a carbureted engine. But yeah, again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you in a next video with a new bike.